Alright guys, for kicks and giggles, we're going to see if we can hit that tennis ball out there 30 yards with this Deerseeker 54-inch bow, shooting 450 grain arrow. Well guys, I've been on that bad boy all day long and just pulled in the driveway and seen a box sitting on my doorstep. What we have here is the Deerseeker Longbow. Deerseeker Outdoor, 45 pounds, 20 at 28 inches. Now this is another one of them Amazon $100 bows. And I wanted to try this bow because it's only 54 inches long. Now I know a short bow is harder to shoot, but I just had to get one to try. Now in the box came with it here is a bow stringer. We'll lay that right over here for now. It comes with a string, a Archery B55 continuous wrapped string, which I'll be making my own Flemish twist string to put on here. And then it's got another little pack here. It's got your little pads that goes on your shelf and on your window there, just like all bows come with. It's got a little split finger tab that comes with this one, which I won't be using that anyway. Now I will say, out of all the bows I got, this here is the smallest, cheapest arm guard that's come with any bow I got. Now it will still do the trick, it's just made of plastic, which I don't use them neither. When I first started out with these trad bows I had to, but now I done got to where I don't seldom hit my arm. It's got a little booklet comes with it, says do not dry fire your bow. 54-inch long bow. It just tells you what everything I just told you that come in the pack. Step 1, how to string it and such as that. So what I'm about to do here, this is a good looking light little bow. I mean, I'm talking about featherweight. Now I ordered it in the 45 pounds because on some of the reviews it seemed like a lot of people was getting, when they got it, it was several pounds underweight. So instead of getting 40 pounds and chancing it being down there around 35 or so, I went on and ordered a 45, and actually I'm hoping it's down there toward the 40 to tell you the truth. But anyway, I'm finna go in there and get it strung up, put my little shelf pad on here, and y'all gonna get to see me shoot this bow for the first time. But there it is. Now I don't know what the limbs are supposed to be made of. Once I see that, I'll put it in the screen there. I don't know if that's bamboo and fiberglass. I don't think that's bamboo. I don't see the little spots everybody talks about. Yeah, I don't think that's bamboo. It's a sharp looking little bow. But 54 inches, I'm just curious to shoot a little 54-inch longbow. Alright guys, so we put the little string on the baby, and I didn't see nothing in the book about brace height, but when I put this string that come with it on there, it was at 7 3/4, and that's pretty much in the ballpark of all my bows. I put the little hair fur on here, whatever you want to call it, some type of hair, or it may not even be real hair, but I just put that on there. Tied me a couple little tie knots. But I didn't want to waste my monkey tails on this string, 'cause I will be making me a Flemish twist string for this bow here, even though it'll have to be a B55, because I don't think these tips is made to put no D97 on. But while I was in there, like I said, I tied my own puffs here. They'll get puffed up here a little bit when we start shooting it, because I have not shot this bow yet. But while I was in there doing that, I did put it on the scale. Well, I ordered a 45-pound bow. Everybody said their bows was coming in lightweight. Well, I ordered a 45-pound bow at 28 inches, and mine's coming in right at 49 pounds at 28 inches. But I can tell you, with this little short bow, 28 inches, where I normally pull up there around, I call it 29. It may be a shade under 29. But with this bow, yeah, it stacks out. So basically my draw length's gonna be a 28. Shooting this little short 54-inch bow, I'm gonna start out shooting 6 yards right here. Now I changed the points on these top archery arrows that I got from huntingdoor.com. And guys, I like these arrows. I've been just shooting them every day. But I changed the points out and lowered the weight. Since this is higher poundage, I dropped my weight down, so this arrow is I'm calling it 450 grains. It's actually 452 point something. And all of them was within a grain, so I'm calling them 450 grain arrows. Now after we shoot this a little bit, we might shoot it through the chronograph. But I'm gonna just try this close, just what I call my instinctive shooting. Just draw back and shoot and see what this little bow does. I like how short and light it is, I know that. Not bad for the first shot. It's got a little hand vibration to it though. I heard that air slap on that. Yeah, it has some little hand vibration to it, but the bow seems like it's slinging them arrows pretty fast. We're gonna move that target back there. I don't know, let's move her on back there about 12 yards. That's that right there gonna be 12 yards. We're gonna see what she does at 12 yards. Like I said, it does have a little hand shock to it, but it ain't that terrible bad hand shock. I'm shooting high and to the left with my instinctive shooting with this bow. Let me slow down here a little bit and actually look at my arrow and see what I think. Still shooting a little high. Let's do that again. Tell you what, that little joker slinging that arrow. Now these arrows ain't tuned to this bow or nothing. Once I make my own Flemish twist string, I actually bare shaft tune some arrows and get them set up for this little bow, and we'll actually see it in another video. See, I just like stuff like this. This bow right here, which of course being 54 inches, but it's like holding an arrow in your hand. It's so light. Now, I ain't gonna instinctive shoot here. I'm gonna just see if I can at least get it inside the middle white ring. Still way high. Bird. Yeah, this bow gonna take me a lot of practice with it. One more round here and then we finna get the chrono out. I'm curious to see what it's shooting this 450 grain arrow at about 49 pounds, so right at 50 pounds. That looks good enough. There you go, I got one in the center there. Y'all think I can do that again? Close enough. I tell you what, this gonna be a fun little shooting bow. Now, like I said, now it does have some hand shock to it, but it's not. Let's see. I'm gonna say it's got about as much hand shock to it as my old Midnight Special Blue Duck. And in case you're a new viewer and ain't seen that, that's a 1960s bear cub bow that I gave a workover to. That's about kind of hand shock it got. Now, when they start getting like that old Flintwood, you go way back and look at a video I done, a Flintwood longbow that I bought from Cabela's. No, that thing shake your teeth out your head. It wouldn't even make good campfire. This here is gonna be a fun little shooting bow. Let's go get the chrono out now. Okay guys, so we just gonna do this with one arrow. I went in there and weighed it. This one here is just just like 451.8. Right at 452. Like I said, the best I can do on my bow here, I'm saying it's pulling 49 pounds. Because I can't get that 28. I can't get that last inch out of it. It stacks. I mean, it stacks. You really, this would be good for 26, 28 inches, which makes sense for a 54-inch bow. I just wanted it just to play with it. But even at 28, I could get used to shooting that. Especially if you get to where you're instinctive shooting, where you're just drawing back shooting. But I'm gonna get y'all up here where you can see the numbers. I'll pee on it. Y'all just have to trust me. I ain't got no reason to lie about it. No reason at all. Guys, that's 173 feet on that one. Yes, y'all can read that. 173 feet a second. Which if you drop this back down there to pulling 44 pounds, that would put this little bow right there with every other bow I got. Let's see if it duplicates that. Duplicate, 173 feet a second. I wasn't expecting that out of this little boat, but I know the reviews on it, everybody says it's fast for a little 54-inch boat. Duplicate number 2, 3 in a row, 173 feet a second. Let's see if I can do 4 in a row. If I do 4 in a row, that means I'm pretty consistent with where I'm pulling and releasing. Uh-oh, I must pull back a little harder on that, and that's 175. I would go with the 173 since it's done them 3 in a row. Let's see if we can do it again. 175 2 times. We get 175 3 times and 173 3 times. That means 174 average. We're gonna have to do that and over. I can't tell if that's a 0 or a 9. I know that ain't no 179. That's what it looks like. We're gonna do that and over. This chrono here, that number there, I don't know if it's missing a line for the 0 or what. Let's do that again. We're called mulligan on that. My neighbor's over there done cranked up his lawnmower. Oh, this thing's getting faster. That must have been 179, because that's 180. That or this bow, because it's new, it's this string stretching and I'm pulling it back a little further. I bet that's what it is. I bet I measure my brace height and I bet it's going down. String stretching being new, which makes sense, because y'all seen me just get it out the box. That's 175. Anyway, that's good enough to give y'all an idea of the little bow's fast. We're gonna move this out of the way and I'm gonna play a little while. Alright, here we go. This is at 12 yards. It's gonna be all right for an instinctive shooting bow. Except for that shot, I just missed the whole damn block. I don't know how many strands string this is, but I'm gonna count them before I make mine, because I want mine. That seems like a little skinny string for this bow. Now I know adding a couple strands to your string to slow it down, but that's alright. I'd rather have it slowed down, smoother, take some of the hand vibration out. But guys, don't get me wrong now, this is a 54-inch $100 bow. This is nothing near, I mean, the Black Hunter is awesome. I mean, blows this out of the water. The T-bow blows this out of the water. I ain't trying to say this would be a bow to get. I just wanted to try it, and I can tell you, it surprised me. It's really surprised me. The hand shock ain't that bad. But it would be more for somebody, and of course, makes sense being a 54-inch bow. Somebody with like a 26-inch draw, 27 max. I don't know why I'm shooting high with it though. Alright guys, for kicks and giggles, we're gonna see if we can hit that tennis ball out there 30 yards with this Deerseeker 54-inch bow, shooting 450 grain arrow. Here we go. Hey, that ain't bad. Shot number one. And there, I think went a little high. We're gonna shoot a 500 grain arrow, see what happens. Whew! We gotta go look at that. See how close that can get. All right, there's the 500 grain arrow. Here's the first two shots with the 450 grain. That right there, I totally blew that. We're finna do that again, because that's the first time I shot this bow doing that. But I think the 500 grain arrow right here flew really good, and that's an Easton arrow, one of them Cabela Stalker Extremes made by Easton. It flew better out of that little bow. So that was my first 4 shots at 30 yards. I'm gonna shoot these 4 arrows again. That's way low. I don't know what I did. That right there is about 2 inches above the ball. That right there is about 2 inches above the ball, but about 2 inches to the right. Now we're going to the 500 grain arrow. We're going to look at that. That's pretty daggone good for the first 6 arrows I ever shot out of this bow at 30 yards. Now I know I'm making y'all sick walking. Now here's the first shot. I don't know what I did on it again, but guys, I said the first 6 shots. I've shot 8 arrows at this ball, 30 yards, brand new bow. Ain't never shot it. I don't care what y'all say, that ain't bad. For a damn bow I ain't never shot, that ain't bad for a bow I've had. Right there. That wasn't bad at all. Alright guys, well that's it for this little video on the Deerseeker 54-inch. Like I said, the review showed them coming in at light poundage, but mine come in about 4 pounds over 45 at 28. And after I make my own strings for it and actually get some arrows tuned for it and shoot a little bit more, I'm going to do another video talking about it. I just like, my dad had a bear, some type of bear when I was a grizzly or something when I was little, and it was a little short bow. Now I know, like I said, little short bows is harder to shoot, but to me they just more fun shooting. But it's just out here shooting and keeping your arm built up, just a cheap bow, another cheap bow to throw in the shed. I done turned it into a bow hoe, I guess. But anyway, once I shoot it and kind of set some arrows up for it and do my own string, I'm gonna try a fatter string on there. I think that'll help get a little bit more of that hand shock out of it. But it ain't nothing special at all. But still, I don't know how they built this for $100. Now, the worst thing that I've had that I've purchased in my longbow journey was a flint wood from Cabela's. I don't even know if I still sell flint wood now, but it was a flint wood longbow. Well, I can tell you, it was a 62-inch bow, and that sucker would jar your teeth out trying to shoot it. So I made a project out of it, and I took it down to like a 30-pound bow just for a fun bow, and then I gave it away. This here was, I think, back when I got that bow, that was 20 years ago, 15 to 20 years ago, and I know I give way more for it than I give for this, and I'd much rather have this. I mean, this is just something fun to play with, but you get it tamed down just a little bit because it ain't that loud. The deer I'm gonna shoot out of my stand ain't gonna be no further than 12 yards. I mean, that's my optimum. That's where I want them, 10 or 12 yards. 15 max. I don't want one right up under me. I want them about 10 to 12 yards because I climb pretty high. Well, you get to where you can shoot that right there instinctive real quick. Being short and light up a tree, yeah. Who knows? May try to kill me old slick head with that. But guys, we'll see y'all on the next one. I appreciate y'all.